you may not win them all, but it's the showing up that counts. And that's kind of the little topic of today's video. And I want to share with you a little lesson that I've just picked up from the run club that I've just done. Now, every Tuesday night, I come and do a run club. It's basically 2 laps around our local area. It ends up being around 5 kilometers. And if you guys saw the video that I did a couple of days back, at the weekend on Sunday morning, I went for a run. Actually, it was Saturday morning. I tell a lie. It's Saturday morning. And I ran 16.5 kilometers. Now, the last couple of days, I'm going to be honest, having not run that distance for a while, I am feeling it. I've got tight hips, tight glutes. I'm feeling it in my calves as well. And I've been doing some stretching and mobility over the last few days. And I thought I'd be back good as new, today for Run Club. And I wasn't, but I'm pretty much 95% there. And I came and turned up with the intention and with the mindset of just going at a nice, steady pace. And that was kind of, firstly, a great reminder that we don't always have to show up, with 100%. We don't always have to show up and get a new personal best. We don't always have to show up and be better than we were the last time. And that kind of taught me today, or reminded me, should I say, that a lot of the time it's just the showing up that counts, and just giving what you've got on that particular day. If you've had a really, long day at work, you might not be able to give as much as you can on a weekend where you are, rested, or you've had a bit more sleep. If right now you've recently had children and you're not getting much sleep on a night. I've got a little niece, and I know that my, brother and his partner, they don't get an incredible amount of sleep. They can't expect that same level, of input in whatever it is, whether it's a run or a workout or kind of any area of life, when you are running on less sleep. So it doesn't make sense to always be striving to be better if it's at the cost of our own either mental wellness, or it's at the kind of cost of thinking that we're failing because we aren't always progressively making progress. And I think that comes down to the way you measure progress. I think for me, I measured progress on what success is today on whether I showed up or not. I said to myself, hey, Pete, just run a bit slower today, or just do 1 lap. 1 lap is 2.5 kilometers. That would be 2.5 kilometers more than if you stayed at home and decided not to come today. And that was kind of, the second lesson that I got is, you can't always turn up and aim to beat your best. But secondly, if you just show up and give what you've got, it's often, in fact, almost always more than if you didn't show up at all. So today I've ended up just doing the 1 loop. I actually ended up doing 3 kilometers in total. I still ran at a decent pace. I'm one of those people where, I say, I'm just going to go nice and steady. I'm just going to take my time. And once I get going and the music kicks in, you know how it is. You turn up the pace a little bit. And here's the deal. This is human nature. It's internally built into us to always, if we run, we want to run faster. If we jump, we want to jump higher. Everyone naturally inbuilt as a human being wants to be better. That's how we evolved. That's called evolution. We always want to be better than we've been. And, I felt a little bit of that today, but I did the 3 kilometers and I came back and I felt proud of myself. And I felt proud of myself for a couple of reasons. Number one, I showed up when I could have quite easily just not bothered today and said, well, if I can't run my full pace and beat my old time that I did last week, what's the point? I still showed up. I did 3 kilometers more than I would have if I hadn't been. But also, here's the big thing for me today. The progress that I've made is actually being content, happy and satisfied with only running 3 kilometers. Now, that's crazy for 2 reasons. Number one, in the past, I would have had the mindset of if it's not the full thing, if I'm not running the 5 kilometers, what's the point? But also, it's the fact that I've been able to walk away and gone, hey, you listened to your body today. You listened to what you needed and you didn't get carried away. You didn't have that alpha mindset mentality of, just grit your teeth and kind of grind it out, that can often cause injury, or that can often cause, initial kind of success, but then really kind of hold you back, push you back, put you out of action. But for me as well, just the fact that I could turn up and say, hey, this is what I need today, and I'm kind of serving my own self. And also the fact that, in the past, 3 kilometers would have been like, whoa, been able to run 3 kilometers without stopping, including hills. incredible. And I think sometimes it's so easy to forget how far you've come. It's so easy to kind of get lost in your day-to-day, actions, achievements, accomplishments. I'm going to say the norm. That you forget that once upon a time, what you are doing now, your baseline today, your kind of, half effort, or you're slow, or you're, only doing half, or you're turning up and listening to your body, might have been a personal record and a personal best. In fact, it will have at one point. Anything you achieve in life is a personal best the first time you do it. And I know this is a running analogy, but apply it to any area of life. And, for me to turn around and go, I ran 3 kilometers today, there was a point when I couldn't run to the end of the street without being out of breath. So being able to run, 3 kilometers today is an achievement, but it's a lot like, a thermostat. I want you to imagine that when you first start your journey, whether it's losing weight, getting in shape, running, lifting weights, maybe it's your career, maybe it's, your role as a parent. We all start out as a white belt. And over time, we go up through the belts. We go yellow belt or blue belt or brown belt, and we become black belts. It's a little bit like a thermostat. Initially it's 10 degrees. But over time, you turn the thermostat up and your kind of base level becomes 30 degrees or 50 or 70. And you forget that now the norm is 70 degrees, but once upon a time you were down at 10 degrees. So what I'm saying is never kind of underestimate the power of showing up, the power of listening to your body, the power of progress and seeing how far you've come. And you get to always be in control of what progress and what success is. To me, progress was showing up, only doing 3 kilometers instead of 5 and listening to my body. Success today was turning up, was doing the session, was going for a run. No matter how far I ran, no matter what I did, today showing up was successful for me. And you get to decide what success means for you as well. That's the beauty of it. The problem is most of us use other people's definitions, and then we often feel like failures when we don't live up to other people's definitions. So you won't win them all. You won't win every single kind of, race or whatever, but actually it is the showing up that counts, because when you show up, that's when you can win. And you get to dictate what a win looks like, what a win means to you, what a win feels like. And if you can set the parameters, then that means every day you can win. And if you want to stretch yourself a little bit more one day, or you want to push your boundaries a little bit more, great. But you're in control. You get to decide what success is and what progress is. So that's all from me. Home time now, shower, food, relax for the rest of the evening. Have an amazing, incredible day wherever you are up to. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.